Hi guys, it's Elisa. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to go over present simple tense with you. This is one of the 4 videos that I am doing about present tense. I also have a video where I talk about all 4 of these tenses together. So if you're wondering what the difference is and why you would use each one versus the other, then you should check that video out. I will make sure that I put it in the description below. Okay, so now let's dive right in. So we're going to get into when exactly you're going to use each tense in a little bit, but to just be super simple, this is something that is used when you're talking about the present moment. Right now, we're talking about right now. And so we're just going to use a subject and a verb. So the subject is whoever your sentence is about. It could be about yourself. So you say I, and then a verb. I run, I play, I walk, I run. So I and a verb, and then you would go on and say whatever the rest of your sentence is. Don't worry, we will get into all kinds of sentences soon, but just subject plus a verb. So if you were to say I play soccer or I play football, then you are saying right now, in this moment, in my current life, I play soccer or I play football. If you were me and you're saying you don't do that, then you would just say I don't play soccer. I don't play football. Both sentences are very true for me. However, you want to determine what football means. To be clear, when we're talking about present simple tense, we are not talking about the future at all. I play soccer, but maybe 5 minutes from now, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to play. It doesn't matter because we're not even thinking about the future. It's really important to mention that because in some of the other present tenses, we do get into the future, but in this one, we don't. And that's really one of the things that separates it. So we're only talking about this moment right now. We're not talking about the past, not talking about the future, just right here, right now. I don't play football of any kind, or soccer, if you want to call it that. And so there are basically 4 times when you would use simple present tense. So I'm going to tell you what they are and I'm going to give you some examples. So when you talk about things that you do regularly, things that you do often, things that you do habitually, you're going to use simple present tense. If you're following the structure, of course. You got to follow that sentence structure that I gave you before. So again, for this one, we're just doing subject, verb in the infinitive form. And so you might say something like, every day I wake up and I drink coffee. That's actually a compound sentence there. So every day I wake. So that's our subject and our verb. I wake up and I drink. That's our subject and our verb, coffee. So you can easily make this sentence by doing a subject, a verb, and then adding some form of a noun or object or delicious thing like coffee. And I do wake up every day and drink coffee. So that is true. So that's a habitual thing that happens often. If I did it every Sunday, I could do the same thing. I drink coffee every Sunday. If I did it every month, every year, every decade, as long as it's something that happens regularly on a regular basis, whatever that pattern is, you can use this. So you might also use this when you're talking about things that are just facts. Anything that's just the truth. It is what it is. You can use this. So for example, spiders terrify me. So notice we start with the subject, spiders terrify me. When you're trying to do something in this tense, and I guess this is a little bit of grammar book stuff, but you're going to start with the actual subject. So the subject is spiders. I can't say I am terrified by spiders because that's a different tense. So in this case, spiders terrify me. But I am terrified of spiders means the same thing. And my goal is just for you to be able to speak better. It's not about passing a grammar exam. So either one of those work for me. But in this case, we're going to do the subject first. So our subject are the spiders, not ourselves in this case. Snakes are scary. So same thing. I can't say I am scared of snakes because then I'm in a different tense. Can you guess which one? Still present tense, but a different tense. So we're going to start with the subject. So if you ever are in a grammar exam, that is a good rule of thumb to go by. Again, it's English. It's not going to be 100% of the time. That's just a little tip that works most of the time in simple present tense. So another time that you're going to use this is when you are telling a story. So you're telling a narrative, you're telling a story that happened in the past, but I'm telling you now. And sometimes you tell a story, even though it's already happened, you're telling someone as if it's happening right now. That's when you would use simple present tense. In the same vein, if you were ordering someone to do something right now, ordering like a specific person or a specific group of people, not general, but like you right here, do this, you would also use simple present tense. So, for example, if you were to say something like, let me tell you what happened to me earlier today. This is true. So, I look up from my computer and I see a pigeon in the middle of the room. That really did happen to me. So I'm telling you something that already happened earlier today, and I'm telling it to you in simple present tense. I'm telling you like it's happening right now. Yeah, so that did really happen. I was working on my computer and I'm at the beach and I had the window open or the door open to the balcony. I always do. It's open all day because it's just such beautiful weather right now. And I guess the pigeon just wanted to hang out. Maybe the pigeon had some work to do. So he or she just walked right in and terrified me. I didn't really know what to do. Luckily, they walked out. I kind of did nothing. I think I just prayed that the pigeon would leave. Anyway, so that happened. That was real. Back to simple present tense. I said earlier that you can use this if you're making an announcement, if you're telling somebody something. So this has to be a specific group of people. I'm talking to you five right here, or a specific person, and you would say something like, "Go home, kids." So in this case, the subject is you, but it's implied. If we need to do a video about implied you, let me know in the comments. So it's you is the subject, go is our verb. So go home, kids. You go home, kids. Everyone go home. You could say it like that as well, but you have to be talking to specific people when you do it. And then the fourth way is the way that I first introduced this to you, which is things that are happening right now. I play soccer, like that. Oh, sorry. I play football. Whichever one you want to do. Whatever sport you want to play. So remember, our sentence structure is subject plus the verb, and the sentence is, I walk to the store every day. So subject, verb, I walk. We're just adding where we're going, which is to the store, and when we do it, our time phrase, every day. And we're using this tense because it's happening right now, and it's also habitual. It's something that happens regularly. I tell you that because I tell you that I do it every day. All right, so let's move on to our second of three sentences. People swim in the ocean. And so we're using this tense because we're talking about something that's just factual. It's true. It's timeless. So something that happens over time and you assume it's going to keep happening. It's been happening in the past. You think it's going to keep happening forever. Like, it's just a thing that happens. It is what it is. Show me an ocean and a nice day, and you're going to see people swimming in it. It's just how people are. And so that's why it's kind of a factual statement, because I certainly have not seen a nice day in front of an ocean without someone getting in that water. Okay, last sentence. The book sits on my desk. And I'm using this tense because it is sitting on my desk right now. All right, so let's talk about how to form a question. So usually for this tense, we're going to do subject plus the verb in the infinitive form, but because it's a question, we're going to flip it. So we're going to use one of our question words, who, what, when, why, where, how, and do or does, our subject, and then our verb. And that's it. So we might say something like, where do you take your child to school? What does your husband or what does your wife do? How do they get here? When do we leave? All right, so that's it for questions. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the other videos that I have. You can check out the other videos on tenses on my channel. There will be more coming. I will be going over all 16 tenses in the English language. Bye.